On March 20th, your department released the 2022 Human Rights Report, which rightly identified the violence perpetrated by the Ortega regime in Nicaragua, including arbitrary arrests, tortures, and killings. This includes closures of Catholic universities, banning Way of the Cross processions, and recently exiling 222 political prisoners and members of the Catholic Church to the United States. However, one of these political prisoners, Bishop Rolando Alvarez, Bishop of the Diocese of Matagalpa, refused to board that plane to the U.S. and has been sentenced to 26 years in prison for his courage in speaking out against President Ortega's anti-democratic persecution. They don't know what prison he is in now. His family can't communicate with him now. Is Ambassador Sullivan in Managua taking any concrete action to secure the release of Bishop Alvarez?
Yes, we are.
Are you familiar with this?
I'm very familiar with it. In fact, those who were released, I met with a number of them at the State Department when we got them to the United States. I'm very glad that they're out of jail where they never should have been in the first place. It's deeply unfortunate, of course, that they were expelled from their own country and can't continue to live and work freely there, but at least I'm glad they're out of prison. Bishop Alvarez, exactly as you said, chose not to do this. I have deep admiration for him, and our embassy is tracking this, and I am tracking this. Our influence with the Nicaraguan government is somewhat limited, but we've made very clear our conviction that he should be released from prison.
If you'll forgive me, Mr. Chairman, who specifically in your office can we communicate with on this topic?
I would start with the Assistant Secretary, Brian Nichols, for the Western Hemisphere. Okay. But if you're not, we have Nazar Kuglu, who's here, who's our Assistant Secretary for Legislative Affairs, who's somewhere in the room behind me. So I invite you to work with Naz or work with Brian Nichols.
Very good. Thank you very much. I yield back.